Hello there, Big Benedict here. We're playing Gears of War Judgment, and this is my 3 Stars Declassified Insane Difficulty Guide and Walkthrough. We're currently on Act 6-2. It is entitled Halls of Judgment. And for this first part, there's a lot of weapons to choose from in that previous room. I'm going to pick up the Marxa. I've kind of grown to like the Marxa a lot more than I used to. But we have a room full of Shriekers, and I did confirm that that is their name, Shriekers. I thought it was Shouters, perhaps, or Screamers, but it's Shriekers. You don't need to take cover on this part unless you're getting shot by a lot of them at once. But in that first room, there's some Lancers, I think a Retro Lancer maybe, a sawed-off shotgun, and a boom shot. So I'm going to take the latter two weapons into the next fight. And for the declassified on this, it is a decreased visibility challenge. And if you've played this game, you definitely know how much those can how awful those can be. But I've got a really good way to minimize your suffering, and it doesn't take much either. It really doesn't. So there's just a lot of these guys. I'm trying to at least get one ribbon for the military intelligence, and then we could just move on. The thing about the room with the decreased visibility, and it's awful. It's really fucking bad. Because not only is it you can't see, but there's enemies that are incredibly deadly. Anyway, now that that fight's done, I'm going to come back here. The Marxa would be a bad choice for the next fight. Only because it uses precision as its advantage, and you don't need to be precise on this part too much. You just need to get some good splash, and hopefully the boom shot could help us do that a little bit. But there's actually another area that will be available to you once you cross a trigger line in the room that's coming up. And I'll show you in just a moment, but we're not really going to go in that room instantly because we have to deal with the spawn. So you get to pick and choose your spawn here. You're going to have elite maulers and tickers and grinders, or butchers and tickers and rushing drones. So it's really up to you to pick your poison. I prefer to have the poison where I get the butchers. Just be careful. These guys, they want to eat you for dinner. They haven't had their supper yet, and they're a little hungry. But that's the first one right there. You get a checkpoint in this room. Very nice. You don't need any ammunition to kill tickers. That's what I like. You just have to let them come up to you, stop, and then you roll away. But here's the bad room coming up over here. When I do get into this room, I'm going to drop the boom shot. Actually, no, I'm going to drop a weapon. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to drop a weapon and pick up the torque. There's a torque bow to the right when you go in. You do want to make sure that, oh, look at this dog shit. Oh, Jesus. I was in a perfect place to get completely screwed up with my movement. Here's the rushing drones. You need to be careful. That's why I like to have the shotgun. I'm sorry, the sawed-off. I would also recommend, if you are having trouble on this, go through this without the declassified and get a feel for the room. And what happens is, to access the good area on okay, so there's this room which is just dog shit. But once you pass a trigger line up ahead, the one that I was talking about, first of all, I'm just going to cross it and then run back. So you don't have to kill a certain amount of enemies. It just is a matter of going up to about right around there and then falling back. And then what's going to happen is enemies are going to bust in from like 4 doors on the left side from our perspective right now. And if you leave this room and go through one of those 4 doors, there's an outside terrace area, patio or something, and out there's no decreased vision because it's not in this room. The place is completely clear out here, but you still can have problems finding enemies in here. So this is, I think, one of the best ways to do this because of the fact that you're in a fairly safe place and no one's going to really sneak up on you unless you let them, and you're flanking enemies, so it's really good. Enemies will come in here though, be careful of that. They will come in here, so it is nice if they are charging you to have a sawed off. But I have picked up the mulcher just because I don't have any ammunition. Why am I holding onto a boom with 0 ammunition, you might say? Well, the reason for that is because I don't want to pick something else up because I want to refill it completely with an onyx cache that I'll show you where it is at the end of the video. But you can tag enemies through the fog and you can see, or the fumes, and you can see where they are. By and by, though, some more butchers will come into this room. It's really just suicide sitting in that room. It really is, because the likelihood of you getting torqued or fragged is pretty high. And Theron guards can come in here. I'm just letting you know that they can come in here. Got a couple of butchers right now. Shame that the torque bow can't kill those guys. But now that they're dead, we can just have a look-see. Is everything cleared? And if you are having problems, just mark the targets and look in what direction your teammates are firing. It's the best you can do under the circumstances. But I think we're damn near done. We've got a boomer over there. That was an accident. So now I don't have anything to shoot with, but I think we're almost done with this. So yeah, definitely clear out that first spawn off of the checkpoint. Yeah, it looks like we are done. So I'm going to re-pick up my sawed off so that now I can max out my preferred weapons here, which are these ones here. With the cache, picked up an extra grenade right there. There's a pair of them over here too. I'll show you where they are. Behind one of these sandbags. You'll see it as you leave the room right over here. So pick that up, and that's a done deal for 6-2. And we will be moving on to the next one. And I hope that everything is helping you out with the walkthrough. I hope that it's taking care of you, so to speak. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Until then, please take care.